Welcome, welcome. It is Larissa here, and welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where each and every single week I explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life and business. And today I'm talking about something really special. I'm talking about the power of hypnosis and how it is one of the most powerful success tools on the planet. So if you want to live an exceptional life, and if you know that when the stars align, everything is just going to work out for you, but you may not be sure how to do that, or you may be making progress and you'd like to accelerate it. You'd like to go even faster than you are now. Maybe you just want a rich and rewarding experience each and every day in your life. If that sounds like you, this talk is for you. So I know some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCook, Master Results Coach and CEO of Abundance Academy, where we help high achieving women uncover their deepest desires and what they are truly capable of and empower them to take action on it. Because we want you to have an unapologetically beautiful life and business that you actually want and love, right? Doesn't that sound good? So I want to know where you're coming in from. If you're tuning in by replay, type in replay in the chat. And if this is your first time here, type in first time in the chat. And I do want to thank you for being here. I truly, truly do appreciate your presence, because this is a powerful and special moment. And I want to just start today with a couple of stories and just share a little bit about my background with hypnosis. Now, I remember when I was first introduced to hypnosis, it was my high school graduation party. It was the after grad party, and there was a hypnotist that was calling people up from the audience. And obviously, I did not volunteer to participate. That was not my style back then. However, I watched, and it was amusing. Yet all I could think about the whole time was how I would just dread being up there clucking like a chicken or barking like a dog whenever the hypnotist called my name. I was like, I swore I would never, ever do that. Just the thought of it was so incredibly dreadful. And it was entertaining enough, like I said, last thing on my bucket list. Flash forward a few years, and there I was at a seminar in California. And Marshall Silver, he was a Las Vegas hypnotist. He was presenting. And somehow he was actually doing a personal growth talk. But somehow I raised my hand, and I'm like, raised, and I was pulled up on stage to be his demo subject. So I was the only one. It wasn't a big group. It was just me and him in front of a couple thousand people. And he got me so deep into trance that he actually had me placed horizontally between two big men, and he stood on top of me and leapt off. And I was completely aware of what he was doing while he did it. I felt so incredibly strong and powerful, and yet I was totally safe, right? He was way heavier than I was, and I had no back problems as a result of it, because I was so incredibly confident in myself and my abilities at the time. It's really, truly incredible what the body can do. So flash forward another decade. I hadn't really thought much about it. I thought it was a cool experience, but then somehow I found myself in a hypnosis board designation training. And again, it wasn't something at the top of my list. It just happened to work itself out. And so I remember really looking at hypnosis in a different way, because I always thought it was this theatrical thing. However, I started to see how it could be applied as a true success tool. I know it's used in hypnotherapy to help people eliminate smoking and help reduce weight. And so often people can use hypnosis for those things, but I was really interested in using it to become more productive, to use it for motivation with myself and with my clients. And that is exactly what I learned. That's what I saw. And last week, I did a hypnotherapy session for a client, and within a day, she started acting on some of the things that she's wanted to take action on, yet has been avoiding for more than a year. And she liked it. And now she is incorporating it as a major aspect of her business. This was totally out of her realm of awareness. So why am I sharing this with you? When we're talking about hypnosis, we're talking about breaking down the resistance, breaking down your resistance. and allowing yourself to be receptive to the suggestions you actually do want about yourself, about your magnificence, so you can begin to elevate your life. Okay. So whenever we go into this hypnotic state, there's an element of suggestibility. And so often we're in trance each and every day, but we're living a trance that's not serving us. And so hypnosis in this form really does allow you to get the good suggestions in that move you forward. And I ask yourself, are you ready to stop fighting with yourself and reduce your resistance, boost your focus, dedication, and drive each and every day? Do you want to stop the negative self-talk and bypass the self-doubt, bypass the criticism, the worry, the fear that's unnecessary in your life and actually holding you back? Does that sound appealing? And would you like to see your bad habits change really easily, really quickly, and more naturally than ever before? Well, that's exactly what today is all about. The power of hypnosis and how it is truly, and it is the most powerful success tool on the planet. And it is absolutely underutilized. Now, hypnosis has been around since 2000 BC with the Egyptian and Indian sleep temples. It went through many evolutions, from healing with magnets to the discovery of eye fixation and so much more. And it wasn't until 1890 that an official school of hypnosis was actually established. Since I'd say the 1930s, there's been a lot of research and documentation that's gone into this field, and it's widely used in coaching and therapy and self-motivation each and every day. One of the things that a lot of people think is someone else has to hypnotize you. However, in my Hypnotize Yourself to Success workshop, I teach participants to do it with themselves, right? If this is something that interests you, modern day hypnosis workshop is a board designation training where you can actually learn to use the tool of hypnosis with others. Now, hypnosis is the art of entering into a deep state of relaxation. There are different levels of relaxation, and we refer to them as trance. They're really correlated with our brain waves. And trance is any altered state, such as daydreaming. And this trance that we work with is induced by suggestion. One of the most powerful forces that induces trance is scrolling on this thing, is watching Netflix, perhaps anything that gets you to do something on autopilot. Now, those aren't the forms of trance that are going to move you forward. So you want to ask yourself, are you in a solution trance or in a problem trance? And so often when we're focused on our current reality, we just go on autopilot. Anytime you're on autopilot, you are in trance. And is that trance serving you or not? The choice is yours. And so sometimes you need to like pause and reevaluate yourself and your life. Hypnosis is not sleep. It is actually a state of consciousness. It's not being gullible. It is not being weak-minded. It is not being controlled by someone else or any kind of loss of control. Okay, so it's none of those things. It's not a state of unconsciousness. What hypnosis is an awake state, a state of relaxation, beautiful imagination. It is an exercise for the mind. So just like you'd go to the gym to work your body, your muscles, you could actually use hypnosis to work out the mind. It helps you build rapport with your unconscious mind and really get to know yourself and communicate with yourself better than anyone else. Like you could direct yourself to do certain things. It's the coolest thing in the world. It's actually the ultimate state of control. It's a beautiful display of control. So if you guys do have any questions about hypnosis, feel free to pop them in the chat. I want to make this really, really tangible and meaningful for you. So what do you need to know about hypnosis? When you work with hypnosis, hypnosis can actually help you improve your sleep, dramatically reduce your stress, or even eliminate it altogether, reduce or eliminate anxiety, can calm you down very, very fast. I know when you're first doing it, it might take you a few minutes to get into the state of trance. These days, I was a hypnotic subject last week as well. I was like relaxed that fast because I learned how to get myself there very quickly. So I could get to the state of relaxation instantly. It helps you boost immunity. It can help you change habits like smoking or other things that you don't like that you're doing in your day. It can help you release weight. It can boost your focus. It boosts your focus up to 10,000 times and can help you with motivation and so much more. Now, if you've heard any of my talks before, any of my lunch and learns, if you've been to our events, you've probably heard me talk about the mind. And you have two parts to the mind. There's many parts, but for simplicity's sake, we talk about two main parts: the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. So I call the conscious mind the head, the thinking mind, and the unconscious mind the heart, the part that works on autopilot, the part that's below the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is actually responsible for 2 to 5% of your results. So the logical thinking mind, and the unconscious mind, your feelings, your beliefs, your self-image, that's responsible for 95 to 98%. Your conscious mind is a goal setter. Your unconscious mind is a goal getter. So that 98% is actually what gets your goal. So you want to make sure that 98% is really, really effectively moving in the right direction. The conscious mind, to put it into perspective, has the power of a light bulb. It's like 5 watts versus the unconscious mind. It's like got the power of a laser beam. It's like 100 watts of power that can cut through steel. And if you do the math, right, you know these numbers are very, very different. It makes a lot of sense to work with the unconscious mind. Now, between the conscious and the unconscious mind is what we refer to as the critical faculty. Okay, I don't have a piece of paper here. I'm just going to draw in my notebook. Okay, so here you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. So this is the smaller part, this is the larger part. It's almost like there's a little filter. Okay, so this part that separates the two, that allows the things from the conscious mind to pass into the unconscious mind, is referred to as the critical faculty. And what's really cool about hypnosis is it helps you make your suggestions and bypass this critical faculty. So bypass the gatekeeper and go right into the unconscious mind. And that just makes it work so much faster and so much more powerfully, because you have in your unconscious and kept there, protected by your critical faculty, you have, your identity, whether you're shy, whether you're confident. You have your self-doubt, you have your fears, you have your worries, you have your coping mechanisms, you have how you handle stress, and so much more. And when you speak right to the unconscious mind, it can't argue. It has to listen to you. So when you know how to speak to your unconscious mind directly, you can say, "Hey, unconscious, this isn't working for me anymore. Change it now." And it will say, "Okay." And it's as simple as that. It almost seems too basic and too simple. However, most people get hung up and stuck in their conscious awareness. So, contrary to popular belief, you actually can't be hypnotized into doing things against your will. And you can't be forced into a hypnotic state either. Everything that you do when you're under hypnosis is actually voluntary. You're voluntarily altering your own consciousness, and you are always in control. And I remember when I was doing my NLP or my hypnosis trainers training, we had to be stage subjects for one another. There's only so many people in class. We all had to do a stage show. We all had to present one. We all had to be subjects for several. And so I remember during this one show, I was asked to get on a roller coaster. And I'm like, no. I refused to get on the roller coaster. So I was not a compliant stage subject. I did a lot of other things I'm not normally into, but they were things I was willing to do. However, I don't do roller coasters. It would take me a lot to get on a roller coaster. You'd have to do some serious convincing. I don't like going upside down. I don't like going fast. I don't like the speed changes. I just don't like roller coasters. Not my thing. Other people were like yelling and shouting, and they're like, they loved it. They had so much fun. And I would not go. And I remember that was a defining moment for me because I was consciously aware. I'm just like, no, if I go on a roller coaster, I'm not going to feel good. It's after lunch. And I could already sense that it wasn't a good idea for me. And so I was in complete control. And that gave me even more confidence in this aspect of you being in complete control. Now, like I said, you are in trance every single day. You're actually, in fact, in trance most of your day. And you just may not be aware of it. Maybe you've heard a jingle or you've finished a sentence, right? When there's a marketing slogan or when there's a jingle. So da 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 da. You know the second part of it. Or even a slogan like just do it. If you see, right, if you see the little check mark, you're going to just say, just do it, because you know what that means. And when these things are embedded in your everyday, you start to respond automatically. The light turns green, you go at the crosswalk. The light turns yellow, you slow down. The light is red, you stop. You don't drive through a crosswalk. You know you're conditioned automatically to stop. Okay, so same thing. You are in trance when you do that because you don't consciously think through everything that you do. Really important to know that focus determines behavior. So what you focus on expands, and what you focus on will determine what you do. And your behavior will ultimately determine your results. Your unconscious mind cannot process the negatives. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It cannot understand no's. So you get what you focus on, and what you focus on expands. So you've got to really focus on what it is that you do want. It's so, so important that you put your attention on the things that are working, not the things that are not working, because your unconscious mind will automatically go there. Really simple example is when you're working with kids, right? Parents will run after, and we're guilty of this too. We're much better than we used to be. However, since we've come on this awareness, we've really made a concerted effort to say it how we want it. We don't say, don't do this, right? Don't make a mess. We say, hey, Lukian, instead of leaving your toys on the floor, let's pick them up and put them away. Okay, so we don't say, don't make a mess, cancel, cancel, cancel that, because your unconscious mind will say, ooh, let's make more mess. Let's make more mess. Don't run down the hallway. They're going to want to run down the hallway. They're going to want to do exactly what you're saying not to do, because their unconscious mind can't actually hear it and process it. It's very difficult for it to do. So it's so important to say it how you want it, not just to kids, however, to yourself. Now, if you can actually be hypnotized, like I said, by another person. So I use hypnotherapy in my practice with breakthrough sessions and with coaching sessions that I do with clients. I also use it in a group setting. Or you can be hypnotized by yourself. Like you can actually go through the process of hypnosis on your own once you know how to do it. And if this is something that you're interested in learning more about, then I would love to give you that opportunity. We have a Hypnotize Yourself to Success workshop. We've had several people inquire about it. And so I will pop that link. I will make sure that that link for Hypnotize Yourself to Success is placed in the description of this video. So you can either register for it or get on the wait list. And if you are looking to go even deeper, I use this in a variety of capacities. I am happy to have a conversation with you to see what might be a good fit for you and how you could best utilize hypnosis in your life, whether it's do it on your own or whether it's in a group, whether it's in a one-on-one setting. So it's a really personalized thing, and we do want to make it work for you. So if you are interested in connecting, I want you to book a 20-minute complimentary call with me. It is absolutely free, and we can just have a conversation to see what makes sense for you. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you found this fascinating. I hope you found this helpful and educational. And if you do have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below or reach out to myself or my team. So again, check out the Hypnotize Yourself to Success workshop. You can get on the wait list or register if you're interested, or send me a direct message and book an appointment for a 20-minute call, absolutely free, so we can see how hypnosis can fit into your life. You were put on this planet to do beautiful, magical, and wonderful things, and I cannot wait to support you along the way in making that happen. So you have a great day. I will see you very, very soon. I will be back again next week. Oh, you love the analogy with the story about the roller coaster. Yeah, you aren't under someone else's control. It absolutely is fascinating, and that was a defining moment. I know they said it, but when I felt it, it was a game changer. So hope this has been helpful. Bye for now.